What's going on, everyone? So, in episode 5, season 3 of From, we saw Elgin and Julie hanging out. And I actually really enjoyed the scenes with them because it was nice to kind of just, they're two kids hanging out, having a good time, trying to make the most out of the situation that they're in. All the adults are, at this town meeting and trying to figure out what's going on with Julie's mom and try to get in all these answers stuff. And you just see two kids just trying to get away from the chaos. Both are being tormented by this place, right? Julie being one of the people that were under that nightmare curse, the music box curse. And she still talks about, the screams and how she hears them, right? Randall's even related to it. We still haven't heard anything about, Marielle and how she's being affected and she's being impacted on it. But Julie is very open. And then Elgin, being haunted by the kimono lady. And you see two kids being haunted, trying to just have a moment of peace and normality, have a moment of just joy and excitement. And, they get to the point where they're down in the little cellar or whatever, and, they're taking pictures and having a good time. And in that moment, didn't really seem like anything, right? In that moment, it just seemed like two kids taking pictures and, and dressing up like 90s style and just going through all the old clothes and just the period pieces in many ways and, just having a fun go at it. Well, now we have the little teaser for the upcoming episode of episode 6. And there is a moment in that episode where, again, it's nothing majorly spoilerish. It's nothing that we know, that we don't get to see anything. But we do see a moment in where Elgin is looking at the photos. And one in particular. And he has them all strained up. And he's looking at the photos in a very, concerned way. So, I even talked about this on the live stream after I watched the episode. I always do a live stream after. And, one of the things that I said, and several others in the live stream even relayed and expressed, was when they were taking the pictures, it kind of felt like something was coming, right? Almost like that he was going to take a picture of Julie and there would be, a monster there, or the kimono lady, the spirit that's trying to warn him about Fatima and stuff, right? It felt like something was going to be seen, and we just didn't. And he's laughing, and he's playing, and he's joking, he's having a good time. And so it kind of felt, it was like, oh man, yeah, I love that they got this moment of peace, but it would have been really interesting to, if he's taking pictures and there's all these spirits, or there's these different things down in the basement, right? That maybe only the camera can see, kind of like how, when you're ghost hunting, taking pictures and stuff, and, certain equipment, can pick up ghosts, but you can't, right? That's what I thought we were going to get. We didn't. Well, now it looks like, no, we did. It's just Elgin didn't react in the moment. And now there's that scene that's much more interesting, right? So Julie, he got the picture. He looked at the picture of Julie. She kept trying to see the picture. She kept trying to get the picture from him. And he just kept saying, no, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. And he puts it above his head and tells her to go get it. And she's like, it's not fair, right? And they have that fun little moment. And at the time, it just seems that Elgin, just having a gag with her and just, having some fun. And just, wanted to keep the memento, wanted to keep the picture to kind of remind him of this moment, right? This is the picture. And now we see, looks like he kept all the pictures, and it looks like Julie, maybe compromised in one of these pictures, right? So there's a couple thoughts that immediately come to my head. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below as well, on kind of theories and ideas. Obviously, we'll probably get our answer in the next episode, but I want to kind of take this time to explore some potential, right? First thing that comes to mind, Julie talks about how she is here screaming, right? She's constantly hearing screaming, but it's not just hearing it, she can feel it, right? It's like she's there with it, right? What if in the picture he took of her, there's a bunch of spirits just screaming in her ear, right? Like just standing around her, literally screaming at her, and she's just constantly surrounded by these spirits, right? Like that could be an interesting kind of thing. When he took the picture, is there the kimono lady? Is there the spirit that is kind of trying to relay Fatima to him, or to save Fatima? Is it something else entirely? No, no, we were having fun. No, just kind of talking about that potential, like what we wanted to see. And a couple people even said, like I saw in the live stream, like what if it's something where you're seeing a different time, right? Like so they're in our current time. What if when he took the pictures, the basement looks completely different and it's from like the 70s or something, right? Like so, for example, a great kind of expansion of that idea is what we saw in the previous season, right? Where Boyd had to go get the torch, light the torch, and then he could enter the dungeon again. What if that camera can kind of take pictures into the past, can kind of take pictures into this other time, kind of have this little timeline thing. That could be something that could be very interesting. That could be something that could be very cool. Kind of play in a different like timeline type thing. Obviously there's a million ways that this go about it. It could be something towards Julie, that maybe she's in danger. It could be something towards Elgin, that maybe he's in danger. It could just be generalized, right? Like, again, like I said, maybe the basement just looks different. It could be something new and entirely different, right? What if it's something that's not directly tied to either of them? What if it's just some spirit or something that's in the basement? Like, what if he saw a portal or something? I mean, the possibilities are really endless, but there's clearly something there, right? It's not one of those things where he just the look and the expression, especially in that scene in particular, again, it's just like a quick little scene that you see. He's clearly concerned, especially he's looking at one picture in particular. Now, could he be looking at that one picture just to he's kind of looked over all of them, looks at that one picture and then hangs it up and then kind of takes a step back and looks at all of them the same? That could be a possibility. But just going off of what we have, there's one photo in particular that he seems to be extra focused on. And, all the pictures he took were of him and her. She took pictures of him. He took pictures of her. So there's gotta be something. There's gotta be some connection there. Either something, maybe Julie looks different or sees something different, right? Like, or what if this camera can take pictures on the inside? What if there's something dark inside of her, like an evil spirit or something? What if he takes a picture of Fatima's belly and we actually get to see what the baby looks like? That's something that just popped into my head that could be very interesting, right? There's a lot of ways that they can kind of approach this. There's a lot of ways that they can kind of go about this if they want to. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out and what those photos are. I'm just glad that there was something nefarious about it, right? There's something dark in it. Because that was kind of thing. Like, in the moment, you're just kind of like, so nothing happened. Nothing came of it. It's like, man, like, it kind of felt like a moment where it was like, man, you could have taken a picture of Julie and there was a monster behind her or something, or maybe something attached to her, and or maybe it was the spirit that Elgin's seen, and it's like with him at all times or whatever. Now that we know, like, oh no, that really is something that really is happening, I think that's really cool. I think that's something that adds another layer of excitement, in my opinion, and something that I'm excited to look forward to in this next episode. But also, kind of like in closing, are there things that showed up after Julie and him? Because they did look at some of the pictures, right? Like the first one Julie took, they looked at together. So is it something that maybe only he saw? Is it something that maybe developed later, right? Maybe he just looks at the pictures again, and all of a sudden they're all different, or he notices something in the background that he didn't notice the first go around or the first watch, right? Like how curious to see how they kind of play this out, because they both did look at the pictures. They both had moments where they were like, oh, look at this, look at that. You know, is it on all the pictures? Is it only on some of the pictures? Right? Like, again, the possibilities are really endless. But that's what I love. That's what I love about these moments, where we can kind of go down these rabbit holes and kind of speculate on what we think it is, or how we think it's going to happen, or what's going to happen, and all that. Really just makes for interesting conversations, interesting videos that I'm really excited for. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yeah, something's definitely up with those photos? Do you think that, nah, like, maybe it's something only he sees, right? Maybe it's nothing really particular with Julie or those photos, right? Like, again, like I said, maybe, you know, he just goes to look through the photos again and they're all different now. So it's just kind of a hallucination for him specifically. Do you think, no, it's something attached to Julie? It's something that affects and impacts Julie? No, it's something that affects and impacts Elgin. I think it's a combination of both. Do you think it's the spirit that Elgin's seen? Do you think it's maybe the ghost screaming in Julie's ear, and that's what it is? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, if you have even different ideas and theories on what it is that maybe I didn't even mention in this video, please let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.